This is my habit. Just a lot of people. Wakiweka hii, ule mwingine hata atakana.
Yes.
You are very right. When you are very close, you don't bother. Pesa iko mingi. Huyu mtu anakojua majini sana.
So, if you are going to behave as normal, you see, I don't take anything from that.
At Nyeri National Polytechnic in Mount Kenya East, and now we are here in Nyeri National Polytechnic, and I've had a very pleasant experience here. The principal, Mrs. Mwangi, is here with us, and even though this is the first time I'm meeting her, I'm going to judge this institution by what I have measured on the ground. I believe you have been with me following what we have been doing, and what His Excellency President Kenyatta requests us to ensure is that public money, which is raised from public taxes, is used prudently, and what it has been used on can be measured when you look. And you yourselves can see from the gate up to where we have been, through to the dining hall, the classrooms, the boarding houses, the toilets, the water points. You can actually measure how much money has been spent, and the money has been well spent. You look at the ground, and you see the pavement blocks. They are professional all through. They are carbon blocks which are professionally put. This is one of the institutions that is ready to reopen with I don't know why you are clapping. I'm just telling you the truth. So we now have at least 3 of them which are very clearly ready to reopen. Rift Valley, then you have Eldoret, then you have this one. Without prejudice, there are just a few things they have to tweak, and we can reopen in a week's time or so. There are quite a large number that are following that, which include Bureti, which others? Kitale, and 2 or 3 others that are also maybe within a month will be ready to reopen. I am glad that the principals around this region and around Mount Kenya East, where we came from, have been around to see what is expected of them. We want to be able to measure what you have used the money for, because most of you are getting the same amount of money, and therefore you can't say you can't do this because the money has gone to somebody's pocket. Let me reiterate, for the avoidance of doubt, that money that is supposed to help our children avoid COVID-19 is a poisoned chalice. So if you have any plans to do anything with it, please just confess to yourself and to God privately and bring back the money and do what you have asked you to do, because you have seen that it can be done. I don't think I can make myself more clearer than that. We are going to continue inspection from here. I'm going to another institution. And we are just about halfway. If you had to ask how many institutions are in a trajectory towards reopening, I would say about 40 going to 50%. What has annoyed me and perplexed me is one. This is week number 6. I didn't include Thika Polytechnic, which is also near ready. Thika Polytechnic is an excellent institution which is near ready. The principal had followed me when I was at Michuki Technical Institute in Kangema. When I went back there 2 weeks later, I was pleasantly surprised that in 2 weeks people can do so much using very little money. But I'm using Thika Polytechnic then to castigate others, because from 6 weeks we have seen that we have to keep on saying the same things again and again and again. It is like they have not heard it from anywhere. So my plea and charge to all the principals who are hearing me is that as we go along, can we have less time? Instead of spending 2 hours in an institution, let's spend just half an hour, so that in a day, instead of doing 3 institutions, we can actually do even 6. Because once we are ready and the curve has flattened, then we'll open in order to allow those children who had exams in March to do them, so that they can join the workforce out there. I have a vacancy for 2 questions which are related to, yes, because you are already ready. If you are asking me a question about primary and secondary schools, then you must be aware that money has been sent to them. And before you ask the question, go to the archives. You'll find that money has been sent with specific purposes, for the purposes that the money will be used. And I can tell you that even some of the secondary schools, is Ms. Lesuda here?
Yes, sir.
There are some of secondary schools that are already ready to reopen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the fact that they are ready to reopen means there is judicious use of the little money that you have. There are also those Kenyans who behave like the government is an open pot of money, where if you can do something for 3,000 shillings, you say it is 10,000 shillings. Those are thieves, and we are out to ensure that we get value for money. And I think, please help us to do this. Because you see, as a journalist, you should have a balanced conversation, even before you ask. There must be a reason why you need money for a specific purpose. One of the greatest challenges that we have now is masking the children. And the government is dealing with that issue momentarily. There are some masks which are being produced now with help from some other benefactors. And we have gone around and created the prototype of the mask with the doctors that know how effective the masks are. And we have also gone around to the market and got quotations, and we are producing a mask at 35 shillings, a mask that can last for 6 months. And each child, by the grace of God, will get 2 of them. So, and with regard to the desking, you know His Excellency the President has allowed a huge sum of 1 billion shillings for desks in secondary schools and 900 million shillings for desks in primary schools. My job, together with my team and my brothers in Ngao, will be to ensure that that money is used to produce desks at the price that is marketable, and also in Mashinani, where the Juakali people, even here in Nyeri, will get those contracts directly through the sub-county, and the desks will be produced. We have produced prototype desks, and there will be a prototype desk in your office and in every sub-county office. But as the Juakali people come to see what they have to produce, they will know what to produce. For example, we are saying 3/4 blockboard is what is going to be used. So if you use 1/2 inch, we shall not pay you. Do you get the point? So we are doing so many things, but we can't be parading it to you all the time. I can assure you that the government is ready and alive to ensure that when we open schools, they will be safe enough for our children to go to them. But for the colleges, with the wisdom of the principles which I see is taking shape, if they were to be ready a little earlier, and everything being equal, including the disease, ask me what would then stop us, because they are already in the middle of exams. Suppose they were ready in mid-November. What would stop us from telling them, come and finish the exams and go? And it is not my problem, it is also your problem as members of the fourth estate, isn't it? Asante. Now, would you want to believe government or rumors? Would you want to believe government or rumors? Government is government. And when government says, in fact, my job is not that easy. Because the president, His Excellency the President has tasked me to ensure that the money in education docket is used for the purposes that it is required. Are you a Kenyan or a Ugandan? If you are a Kenyan, you will know that there may have been some exaggerations. Do you expect me, because of what you are saying, to pay people who don't exist? Yes or no? Do you expect me to pay people who don't exist? So any bona fide BOM teacher that is engaged by a school through normal channels, and we have got data, should have been paid by now. And you can take that to the bank.